Tonight's show is brought to us by another super fun computer detective game featuring lifelike characters. Let's check it out.
You can solve a carnival mystery. Join with Teen Detective Barbie. Amy, with your help, we can save Ken.
We'll find him, Barbie.
Your crime computer saves you time. Remember suspects and clues you find.
That's the clue I need.
Find secret pathways, ride the rides, and search around.
Cool.
To find the bad guy.
I figured it out. Gotcha.
You solve the game and save the day. It's different every time you play.
Detective Barbie CD-ROM works with your printer and Windows 95 or higher.
That's right, it works with your printer. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. It's Wednesday night. It is time to rage, and the way we rage around here is by playing David Lynch-inspired puzzle games. We're going to jump right into it. I hope you brought your micheladas. Hope you brought your sauces out there. We're feeling good tonight. I'm feeling good. I just woke up from a nap because not only am I getting old, I'm also getting sleepy. But I'm feeling really good. I'm refreshed, ready to roll. I'm about to click launch on this game, which is going to mess up my entire interface of my computer, but it's so worth it. Here we go. What's going on, chat? Big shout out to Haunted Fortress. Shout out to Terrible Trim. Alright, let me know if that's too loud. Get a quick vol check. I think we're all right. Game number 1. So, what's going on, LM? There's a lot of good detective-themed stuff around the same time. Alright, so for those of you just joining us, this is Puzzle Agent. This is it's sort of like Professor Layton, if you've ever played that. It's also very much like Fargo, or the work of director Lynch. We, at this point in the game, are trying to figure out what happened at this factory. The factory is closed shut. We've met lots of characters. We've also seen some gnomes, and most recently we found a lodge of people who are worshipping said gnomes, it seemed like, or at least in a trance. And yeah, we're on our way to open this door. The last puzzle I remember involved the snowmobile and some trees. I think we got snowed in.
Not ready to leave yet.
We got some gum. So I think we need to solve a puzzle to get out of here. Let's see how we do. Man, because of this resolution, I cannot see any of my audio levels, so please, if anything is sounding weird, let me know. I'm hoping everything is alright. So, tracking trouble. Arrange the logs to help Nelson collect the stolen pieces of the broken gear and discover where the gnome is hiding. So, the way that this guy works is he'll move forward until he hits a log, and then he'll turn in that direction. He cannot go through trees. Alright, thanks, Trim. So let's see, we can drag the log. A log can be dragged onto any free space. Nelson's snowmobile will start off heading south. When it hits a log, it will bank right or left, depending on the log. We must run across every gear piece, and then we press submit. Now, this gear looks like a collection of guillotine blades. We have to hit all of them, and we have to end up here. I don't believe we can go through this tile. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, it also costs us attempts to try that. But that may be kind of cool. We basically have a cross pattern here. I'm realizing they're all on these two things. Oh, also, as we go, if you have any suggestions or hints or ideas, throw them in chat. I'm here to enjoy this game with y'all, so it's maybe difficult to explain, but at least you'll be feeling frustrated trying to explain it rather than just keeping your frustration to yourself. Let's see here. If I do something like this. Alright. So if this goes here. Oh, but this log. Here's what I'm thinking. We're going to go like this. Whoop. I don't know if I can get to that one, but we'll try. If I can put something here, then this may work. So he will come here, go up, go da 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 da. Oh, oh yeah, then down here. I think that's it. Let's see. If I can put that there, yes. All right. Wow, I feel really. I guess I was just tired at the end of last stream. I felt very stumped. I'm glad we stopped when we did. But don't worry, we're accepted. Nice. I don't have the michelada mix, and I'm very sad about that. But I do have Modelo, as well as press cider, or not cider, seltzer, which would make a disgusting michelada. And I think I'll try it. What are y'all sipping on today? I also had a bunch of water today. It's been hot.
Those things stole the last piece I need to get into the factory. Looks like it's headed toward the lake. Bjorn's people may try to protect it. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm getting that piece back.
Got to get that piece from the gnome. That's right. It was a lake log lark. I have been chugging water. I've also, this is a new thing for me. I guess it's just hot. Maybe in my apartment since working from home. I've been taking, like, really wanting to take naps. Like, siesta time. I get so sleepy around 3 or 4. Is anyone else feeling that? Hey, what's up, Ruth?
There's some bright orange cloth caught on this
Sounds
sign.
tropical.
Wonder if Mike Lobb was trying to get away from this place in a hurry.
Mike Lobb. That's a lobster. I think we found him frozen on a log. I'm not sure if he actually still is. I also don't remember where we need to go just now. We're getting more tired of bed. Oh, that is a blessing. I have a book called How to Sleep. What a 6-ounce water bottle for home and the oh, nice. It's man, it needs to be a hydrated summer. Water is so cool. I sometimes go in waves where I forget that. We haven't been to the Kutonka K-12 school at all. I honestly can't remember where I'm supposed to go right now. So he was leaving here. I guess the gnome stole a gear for the factory. So we can try here. So just if you're just seeing this for the first time, this is the door.
Gears fit on this door.
We're trying to get into. There's a door missing there. Okay, so factory is not correct. I'm assuming they will tell us, and I also feel like they just told us where to go, but I was so caught up on beverage chat. Oh, here's where Mike Lobb was sitting frozen, so this is new. Wait, or that's still him frozen. Oh, I thought this was a space in the tree. Nope, there he is. Let's check out Lake Sven's. Alright.
Found some freshly caught fish out on the lake. Looks like something has started eating them before they've been cooked.
Oh man, sorry. Escape, escape.
Found some freshly caught fish out on the lake.
I don't believe so. I think the last
Something
time...
has started eating them before they've been cooked.
The last time we were here, there was that guy. Okay, there's some gum on the shack wall. Our favorite disgusting gum. Oh man, sorry. I'm just trying to click for like fish like radar for whatever I can click, and I keep accidentally clicking stuff. Okay, so it's clearly closed here. Now it's open. Weird. Ooh.
Hey, let me out!
You don't understand! The hidden people need Isaac! I don't know why, but you have to let him go with them!
I'm not gonna let you people keep him locked up in a factory like bait!
I'm sorry!
Fish out. Okay, so that was Glory, who is Isaac's husband. Isaac is the one the gnomes have taken. Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
I gotta get out of here!
Okay, I've seen this on Mythbusters. You just have to pop the window. The key to the skylight is inside one of these dead fish, but which? Hurry and find it. The ice fishing hut is sinking fast. Okay, here are clues. Each fish has one other fish inside, except the one with the key. Counting swallowed fish, the whiskered red fish is the least numerous kind here. All fishes dine on the next rung of the food chain, except tiny tan fish, who eat their own kind. The key is on a line with a live fish. Okay. So there are 4 redfish. That is the fewest number of fish there total. Which means at least 3 of these redfish have a blue fish inside. Or, yeah, it's got to, because blue needs to be at least 5. Same with green needs to be at least 5. Each fish has one other fish inside, except the one with the key. Counting swallowed fish, the whiskered redfish is the least numerous. All fishes die on the next run of the food chain. Okay. So if these 3 all have blue, that leaves this red as a mystery. Then we also need to account for 5 green fish, which means these 2 blues could have green, or these 2 could have green. And they eat the next rung of the food chain. Okay, so if we assume that both blues have eaten green, which they have to, that accounts for 5. Now we need to find 5 tan fish. How? I think I may have this incorrect. Oh, tan fish only eat their own kind, so that makes sense that this would just be... Oh no. I don't understand where I can account for the 5 tan fish. Unless it's like, this has a blue and a green and a tan fish. But I would assume then that meant they would have 3 fish inside if it's stacked like that. Alright, so these 3 have a blue in it, let's just say. Yellow, green, green. Up top here. Or here. Okay. So each of these green fish then has a yellow fish inside it. Bottom right. Oh wait, the key is on a line with 5 fish. Are we... bottom right. So the thing I'm missing here is a line with 5. Oh, total 5 fish. Okay. Yes, I would agree with that. Do we just pick the line? No. Each green has 1 tan. And then there's, but that still only makes 4 tan fish, and saying that red is the least numerous with 4. So we need to find the 5th tan fish. Unless that means there's a tan fish inside of this one. So I think the only correct. But in order for there to be 5 tan fish, this fish has to have a tan fish inside it. Right? 1, 2, 3 greens, 4, and then 5. So 5 total. Correct. But then what would make this fish have the key? Maybe I'm just totally missing something here. I think it's one of these. Yes, each green, if they have a fish inside. Would be 2 fish. But that also would mean that the key can't be here. Let's start over from the... Yeah, I might be getting this mixed up as well. Let's see. Each fish has 1 other fish inside. Counting swallowed fish, the whiskered redfish is the least numerous kind here. All fishes dine on the next rung of the food chain, except the tan one that eats only the tan one. The key is on a line with 5 fish. It really is. It really is confusingly worded because I think they've got to be stacked somehow, like more than 1 fish inside, because if I'm going to go for a hint. I'm going to use some gum here. We've been saving up. There are 19 fish in the picture, 10 visible and 9 more, plus a key inside. If redfish is the least numerous, there must be exactly 5 of every other type represented. I'm feeling derpy as well. Okay, so that proves us that there needs to be 5 of each, and they're not going to be nested, right? 10 visible and okay. So each of these has either 1 fish or a key inside. I think that means then that the greens and the tan all have to have a tan fish in order for that to make 5. Now let's find all the green fish. The 2 blues have to have a green fish to make 5, which means that it's in a red fish, because we only need 3 of these to make 5 blues. So I think it's this fish here, because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the key. Let's see. Yeah, let's go. Bing. That's a cool puzzle. I'll talk about it after this
Close call.
cinematic is over.
What the heck happened here, Agent Tethers?
Sheriff Bob, Glory Daphner tried to kill me.
Come on, Tethers. You sure that sweet little girl?
Sheriff, I swear, she is not as innocent as she looks.
Okay, I'll go find her and ask her a few questions. You stay out of trouble now.
So this sheriff wants us out of town. He wants us to stop poking around. We don't trust this
I
sheriff.
like my office. It's warm in my office. It's quiet in my office. There are no maniacal gnomes or chainsaw-wielding waitresses in my office. I need to get back to the lodge, fix that gear, and get the hell out of here.
Okay. We need to get back to the lodge, fix the gear, and then get the hell out of here. Yeah, that was definitely attempted murder. But I was going to say, I like that puzzle a lot because now that we know the solution, it seems very straightforward, but it was difficult to wrap my head around. It was just enough information to be very confusing. Did y'all have to do quizzes and quizzles in school? Those logic puzzles with the grids. Are those the ones with like the little different colored bars that you would lay on the grid? Need more info. The name Quizzle doesn't ring a bell. Alright, so we're going to... Oh, hopefully Mike Lobb wakes up. Ugh. Nope, didn't wake up. Just another casualty of society. Alright, we're going to the factory. Matrix puzzles.
None of these gears fit on this door.
Oh, I have to go to the lodge first. And fix the gear at the lodge. Okay. Another gum. Matrix puzzles. Here's a cool picture.
I'm looking at a photograph of the Brotherhood. Isaac and Mike Lobb seem to be part of this group, and they seem to be friends. Interesting. Okay, let's get this gear back together.
I'm sorry about your quizzles. This gear appears to be one of those assemble it yourself dealies. Can you fit the pieces together? Oh yeah, this is a puzzle we started to do, and then the little Nomi came in and... Okay, so these are going to be on the outside. These are like the teeth. Another mystery solved. Okay, I'll do my timing better next time. Oh, that's the sheriff.
There you go. You just don't come into our town and pretend you know how everything works.
I think I'm starting to figure it out.
That's one of my favorite animation from the game so far. So a crossword is what got us here in the first place.
Are you serious? Sheriff's as crooked as they come.
Oh no.
Looks like he's sabotaged my snowmobile.
A crooked cop? What the? Sheriff Bog has sabotaged Nelson's snowmobile. Rotate tiles to create a path from fuel tank to exhaust. Uh-oh. So it looks like we have the benefit of the border. That can't be. Is it? Wow, that seems like major oversight. Yeah, that all looks good. Wow, okay. That made this a lot easier than it should have been. I'm just going by this gray or this pencil border on the outside. I'm assuming this is the exhaust. Yeah. Kind of cheesed it, but unless they're tricking me here. Hey, let's do some gunshots. Exotic Fortress, yeah. I should say I've spent a lot of time fixing snowmobiles, so I did have an advantage there. That's true. The highs and lows of difficulty, Trim. All right, we got our gear.
I'm with the FBI, Department of Puzzle Research. If you're still in there, don't worry. I'm coming in to rescue you.
Nelson's 3 gears seem to come apart, and it looks like the pieces can be arranged into one giant gear. Can you get it into gear to solve this puzzle? Oh, cool. Okay. So, I'm curious if the teeth, if this is going to change size, when I drop it in here. It does not. Okay. Just seeing if it snaps in anywhere. I think this shape here might be a good centerpiece. Okay, none of these are snapping, which is interesting. We also have this. Is that going to be a gear? No, that's not. Okay, this theory may be off here. We've got this interesting shape. I'm just going to put them here so we can kind of see what shapes we're working with. So this is also... What? What? That's buck wild. So those two link together. Which is shivering my timbers. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing. Oh, I see. Interesting. So here's a center. I would never have guessed to leave these spaces here. That's bizarre. Then... this is the next big mystery for me, where these go. And like, I can't undo these now, so that's... Oh wait, are these smaller gears? No. What? This is crazy. I mean, I get what's happening, but... This is not what I would have guessed initially. Yeah, I'm using the T-trim stratagem, rather. Bouton maché. Just slow mouse drag maché. Oh, I'd say that's one big solid weight-bearing gear. It is really pretty. can't get that timing right. That's
That was a
okay.
tricky one.
Oh, look at it go. It's gearing. Uh-oh. Dare we? Shall we? Do we?
Isaac?
Whoa! Cool 3D.
Stay there. I'm coming to get you.
Look out for the crowns. I don't know if I know what that means. Is that just an anti-monarchy stance?
If the circumference of the Earth is 4 times that of the Moon.
I swear I'm not going to hurt you. I just need to clear this path and we can get out of here.
Barrier blot out. Nelson's path is blocked by a giant Scoggins eraser. Cut the support to drop the obstacle, but don't drop Nelson by mistake. Oh, I see. It's no shame. It's just an issue of the built-in delay for chat. I lose all context the moment it is broadcast into the ether. Ether. Okay. MC Ether. Melissa Etheridge. So we need to get rid of this eraser, but not... Can I lose some of these? The eraser is connected to... Oh, it's long. Whoa, it's so long. Eraser is connected to number 8. I believe. It is Freddy's lair. I can hear his flesh crisping in the broiler. I wonder if you talk to a younger person. Yeah, so it's 8. And about Freddy, and you said Freddy is scary. If they would think you're talking about Freddy Krueger or Freddy Fazbear. So I immediately thought Freddy Fazbear, like a ding dong. It didn't make any sense, and then I realized. Also, before I even had ever heard of Freddy Krueger or knew what it was, I heard that song on the playground, which is... That's so true, Trim. It's such a wildly, like, early meme, like just scary-ass horror meme. And I was worried Freddy was coming for me. I mean, I think Freddy Krueger's kind of eternal at this point in our culture, but Freddy Fazbear, I'm positive, just capitalized on that name. But Freddy Fazbear is also is very scary to a kid. When I was teaching the school I was at, we had a ban talking about Freddy Fazbear because the middle school kids would actually play it and then talk to the younger kids, and they would be terrified. That is true. Freddy Krueger has much more grit or gripping strength than Dracula, for sure.
Go back. Rotate the tiles. If X is fine, please.
Fire up the furnace. If you can get this furnace hot enough, it may blast away the remaining debris. Place objects onto the opening, but don't let them overlap. Oh, one of these, huh? Wow, this is some Freddy level horror. Oh. I get why they did this, but it makes it very unsatisfying to solve the... Ooh, I like him. I like that he started with classes, too. Which is apron go. Oh yeah, his name is not really talked about other than like in the game, but yeah, it's from Five Nights at Freddy's, which admittedly is very scary. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Showbiz Pizza, which then became Chuck E. Cheese. But really, really obsessed with it. There's a real magic to it that was just captivating as a kid. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's is a game where you play a security guard who is working at essentially a Showbiz Pizza or Chuck E. Cheese, and at night the machines come to life. Come on. I think that's good. I'll finish the story really quick. The machines come to life, and their technology only works because they think they're real. And so if they see a human, they will attempt to force them into an animatronic suit, thereby killing them and just like mangling them in all these wires. And it's really scary. And they say that it happened, the bite of 84 or whatever it was. They say a girl was murdered by Freddy Fazbear. And so these kids who have been to Chuck E. Cheese and know what it is, hear the story and get very scared because they think it's real. And I think it plays perfectly to the fears of a child who's still figuring out what's real and what's not in the world. And it makes perfect sense that they would be running around at night. It's very scary. Banjo Billies. Yeah, man, it used to be so cool, and it was made by this one guy, and then he just donated a bunch of money to anti-humanitarian people, and it's so stupid. Yep. Yeah, the Nicolas Cage movie is a knockoff. What is it? It's like Willy's Wonderland. I have yet to see it, but I'm interested. Yeah, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's is also like a kind of game that it doesn't give you a lot of information. It's just scary, and so it's perfect for a young mind to like fill in all those gaps and scare their friends. It's very, very cool in that way. Same thing with Undertale. I feel like that was just enough information to get kids really hooked and roll with it. Yeah, it came out the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's was publicly supporting just like saying he was an ally of the queer community or LGBTQ and trans communities while actively donating to people like insane level people like Mitch McConnell. It just makes no sense. And other anti-LGBT organizations.
Almost there.
Hydraulic Hidachi. If Nelson could just maneuver the 3 hydraulic lifts into place, he could reach the office door. Drag the arrows to create a command sequence, but beware of bear traps. Oh, it's those crowns you were talking about, Ruth. Drag and drop arrows onto the monitor to construct a command line. Each arrow moves all lifts at once. Commands execute in order from left to right, in rows from top to bottom. A lift will be stopped by a wall or other barrier. A lift will stop moving when it reaches its goal. Don't let any lift encounter a bear trap or it will be destroyed. Okay. So we may have to come back to this once we see what we're looking at. But each one moves all lifts at once. It goes from left to right, and then rows top to bottom. A lift will be stopped by a wall or barrier. Will stop moving when it reaches its goal. Don't let any lift encounter a bear trap. Lift. What? Are these lifts? Oh, these are lifts. Where do these go? Okay.
Oh no!
Oh no! Three hydraulic lifts into place. So it looks like the gnome just gave us that again. Each arrow moves all lifts at once. Commands execute left to right in rows from top to bottom. Okay. Interesting. So they need to all be aligned up here, which means we need to kind of get them together. So I think we take them up. I can't tell if this is a bear trap or not. It might just be a barrier. Wow, this is going to be tricky. Because we need to bunch them together. So the first thing needs to be up. Because if we go to the... Well, I guess we could go left, but then that would block the 3. Pretty sure only... Okay. The bear trap has... Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Like, this looks like barrels. So if we were to go up... This is quite a hydraulic headache. Because we have to thread the needle here and here with all of them. And there's going to be no zigzagging. So if I go up, that would put them all here. That doesn't really help. Each arrow moves all lifts at once. This arrow really threw me off, but it makes sense. Commands execute in order from left to right. Okay, a lift will stop moving once it reaches its goal. So if we can just get one up... The only real vertical barrier would be if I blocked 3 here. Which means, like, if I sent these 2 up and then sent those 2 through here. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. Okay, so we will do this. Then we'll do 1 over. And then that would stop the 3 here. We'd have the 1 and 2 here. Then I can push those up, and the 3 would still be blocked. Push those over and up, because we're all in the same direction, and then deal with the 3, assuming we have enough spaces. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and that puts those 1 and 2 here. Then we need to go 1, 1, up again. So up, over 1, up. And then can we do that in 4? So the 3's here. It needs to go over, up. Yeah, we can. Alright, cool. I think this may work. Let's give it a shot. Oh! Well, I fudged that up. I only needed to do 2. Well, let's see if the last part works. Okay, I got so thrown. Yeah, you're totally right, Terrible Trim. I fooled myself to not going back and checking because it fits so neatly into the puzzle here.
I'm so close.
I didn't mean to hit click.
Hang in.
I meant to hit reset. So yeah, with just 2 ups. So that 1, 2, over 1, and then 3 ups. So these will go 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, and those are good. This will be here. Then we just need this to go here. and then 3 up. So we don't need all of these spaces. It's a trap. So boom, 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 boom. 1 will hit a barrier in the top left corner. It shouldn't. It should go up, up, over. Oh, you're right. Man, I'm going too quick. Thank you. It's okay. Up, up, over, up, over, up. So up, over, up, over, up. So that would go up, over, up, and then we just send 3 there. So 3 then would go there, up. Honestly, trying to communicate puzzles to the chat. It's so true. But I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are. I imagine it's quite frustrating. So, especially with this slight delay. Yeah, you're doing great. No, that was super helpful and clear. So 1 is going to go up, over, up, over, up, and then hang out here. 2 is going to go up, over, up, over, up, and hang out here. And then 3 is going to go over, up, up. Over, up. Okay. Made this nerve-wrackingly slow. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for that assist. Yeah, the puzzles range from like color this circle to that.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Why?
Oh. Oh man, it's getting so good.
Well done, Agent.
Tethers.
Heck of a job. You got that factory back open, and the president is pleased as punch.
Really?
Well, he was never actually aware of the West Wing's eraser shortage. But rest assured, I'm sure he's happy to have not had to strike anything through.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Now back to work.
Sir, about the factory foreman, Isaac Davner.
Doesn't concern us, Tethers. Any missing persons can be handled by local law enforcement.
But...
You did your job. That'll be all.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tethers. What's a 9-letter word for baffling?
Recondite, sir.
Ha! Thanks a million, Tethers. No wonder you're our star puzzle agent.
Thank
We
you,
learned
sir.
a new word today. Well, we've definitely reached the conclusion of Puzzle Agent, perhaps. Was it thrilling? I think so, a little bit. We also don't know what's coming up next. There's also a Puzzle Agent 2. There is, Ruth. Yeah, Puzzle Agent 2. Also, this was the game designed by Dave Grossman. Which, that name sounds familiar. And maybe an early LucasArts puzzle game guy who went on to make Death's Bank. I need to confirm that. Let me see. I like this music a lot. Am I pumped for Psychonauts 2? I am, honestly. I'll be playing that day one. I don't know. An hour just melted by, Ruth. Melted by. So yeah, so Dave Grossman, yeah, that is the same person. They have done a lot of cool stuff. Secret of Monkey Island, written and programmed by this man. Monkey Island 2, Indiana Jones' Fate of Atlantis, Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle he programmed, Full Throttle programming, bunch of cool stuff. Oh, I had no idea. He did the Strong Bad games. Nelson Tether's Puzzle Agent. Maybe he didn't do Death's Bank. I can't remember. We did some creative media for Carnival. But yeah, to answer your question, T Trim. Oh yeah, it is Ron Gilbert. Yep, you're totally right. Ron Gilbert and Clayton Kozlarek. Just put those three, Ron Gilbert, Dave Grossman, and Tim Schafer, kind of lumped together as just entities I love. But yeah, I'm very excited for Psychonauts 2. Oh, here we go. What? I'm also been very happy with Game Pass. Like, it's coming to Game Pass day one for free. I mean, as long as you have Game Pass. It's interesting. It's turning into a big company war. Like, Sony just bought Housemarque. Xbox spent a good chunk buying up all those other studios. I love the pencil. We can puzzle free play. Oh, my scroll bar is gone here. That would normally be here. Are they getting a Series S because they're more widely available? I mean, if you... I would say this. If you want to play... Well, yeah, Haunted Fortress, I don't know what you missed, but the gnomes took Isaac Davner, jumped through the window. Well, first we shot at them. They caught all of our bullets in their teeth. They jumped out the window with Isaac. And my boss at the FBI said, "Good job. Good show." Ooh, so we have some interesting new puzzles here, potentially. Unless we missed them in the story. Let's see. New employee error. But yeah, sorry, Terrible Trim, I got distracted. I would say get it, because once the X is available, even if you sell it for even half of what you paid for it, I still think you'll get your money's worth. And at least you'll be able to play it now. I also don't have any personal experience with the S, but I did have the lower end of the Xbox One, and it was fine. I mean, also, like, a lot of the both for PS5 and Xbox Series X, unless you have like a great TV, you can't even do a lot of the high-end features anyway. Like 120 hertz, I can't do. The cop used the old shut my eyes and shoot it. Yeah, he did. Varsity Muskrats got after-school jobs at Hank's window shop, but they can't skip football practice. Help them complete a pass without breaking any glass. Also, HDR I've learned really only impacts bright TVs, and I don't like a bright TV. I typically play in the dark or like a theater atmosphere. And so I spend a lot of time like bugging out over HDR, and it's nice. Like it's a wider range of color within the bright part of light, but it's not a game breaker at all. Yeah. Does the S not do 4K? All right, what are we doing? I forgot. Complete a pass without breaking any glass. Ah, interesting. Okay. I still don't think it's going to be a super huge difference, but I mean, it's totally up to you. But I do think you'll be able to sell the S and upgrade to the X later. Complete a pass without breaking any glass. Okay. Wait, between all of them? Is that the deal? So this guy can only pass to that guy. I do have a Nintendo Switch. I absolutely love Nintendo Switch. I would say it 100% depends on the games you want to play, but if you're interested in any Nintendo first-party title, yes. Super Mario Odyssey is one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth playing on the TV. I mean, that's the other kind of thing that's pushing me to say the S will be fine. Like, the Switch is not high graphics at all, but I don't ever think about it when I'm playing. Super Mario Odyssey is a fantastic game. Zelda Breath of the Wild, although I didn't finish it, I still loved it. It's a beautiful game. You can spend hours with that thing. Mario and the Rabbids, if you like strategy, sort of turn-based combat games, is amazing. It's also only $20 right now. The new Super Mario with Bowser's Fury, I loved. The 3-pack with... So all the Mario games are great. There's also a lot of, if you enjoy puzzles, like there's a lot of, I really love Picross, and there are many, many Picross games on the Switch, as well as one where you use Picross puzzles to solve murder mysteries, which I really like a lot. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but ultimately I would say it depends on what type of game you want to play. Nintendo just makes fun games. As a whole, I think they are the most fun video game company. They prioritize fun and gameplay over everything else, but then everything else is also awesome. Oh man, Super Mario or Paper Mario Origami King. Well, I wasn't the biggest fan of the combat, although I still enjoyed it. The writing in that thing, the localization is incredible. It's funny. Like, it has some of the most heart I've ever seen in the game. Yeah, same. I mean, also, please take this with a huge grain of Mario-shaped salt, because I have been hooked on Nintendo since I was 5 years old. I'm a diehard. Okay, I don't know where this type of puzzle came from. If we just missed it in. Whoops. Oh, yes, Link's Awakening is phenomenal. I didn't have any issues with it running. Well, hey, you're in the right, you know. You'll be familiar with some of the titles, at least. Okay, this guy can't go anywhere but there. Oops. PS2 is also very good. I know I'm might be in the minority here, but I am not super impressed with the PS5 yet. I've had more headaches than fun with it. I guess especially compared to the Xbox. But there's also just not a lot of games specifically for it. Oh man. I do, yeah. I have PS5 and Series X. I got was early adopter, but PS5 has some major issues. Nice. The Demon Souls remake I've heard is very good. I am not a Demon Souls fan. I'm not a fan of Souls games. I don't hate on them. I don't want to yuck anyone's yums. I just personally don't like them that much. That game looks great, and same with Returnal, but Returnal is also like such a commitment, and it's brutal difficulty. There's a couple new PS5 exclusives, but the biggest thing with PS5 is it's only an 800 gig hard drive, and you cannot get a hard drive extension currently. You can get an external to play PS4 games, but for PS5, you're out of luck. Okay, does this work? No. I think that's a big problem that needs fixing, that I imagine will get fixed soon. Yeah, you know what? I am definitely going to give Elden Ring a shot. I've heard they're making it easier. And it's not that I'm against hard games. I don't enjoy the feeling of investing a lot of time learning a game when I feel like I could be learning a skill. And I feel like those games are like very skill based. Maybe I'm just a wiener. That's fine too. Can this guy go anywhere? No. I feel like we're close here. Just need to connect, like, that's not gonna work. That glass is gonna block. Does this work? Okay, that works. Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I've watched a lot of people play it. Yeah, the new Ratchet & Clank looks cool. Like, it's sort of my same thing. Like, it looks great. The controller is super cool, but there's just something missing. Like, Ratchet & Clank up against Mario Odyssey. And Mario Odyssey stomps it. I think Sony is kind of, especially in the next year, all the games that are coming out just on Game Pass, like, I think PS5 is just a little overhyped. Okay, I need to connect this a little bit more. Let me get rid of this. I need to make this loop a little tighter. Is that it? One? No, we got 3 loose ends here. But I think this is the only guy that guy can go to. Can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, can't go... Oh, come on. Can't go there. So this seems to be, has to be a starter. Can this guy go to any other ones? No. Or he can just go to that one. The only, to be honest with you, T-Trim, the last Souls game I truly tried to play was the first one. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool, but it also may just be the type of gamer I am now. Like, if I would have encountered that game when I was a little younger, I think I would have been all over it. But now I enjoy just like sitting back with a Luigi. What is the Game Genie code for Super Mario 3? I don't even remember how Game Genie worked. Okay, I've been staring at this puzzle for too long. I don't really see a solution. I mean, that works. And then do I just eliminate this line? Oh no, I need that. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I do love the art design. I especially love Bloodborne's design and just like the weirdness of that. Isn't there another game that leaked that's coming out before Elden Ring? Sekiro looks hard as hell. So these two have to be my starters. How do I eliminate a few of these lines? This is a weirdness. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. Well, this may be a puzzle for another time. If you have solutions, mail them in to the P.O. Box at effinrager.com. I can try to just submit this and see what it says, but help them complete a pass. It doesn't really say, like, doesn't define what completing a pass is. Ugh. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't think. Not gonna do it. The ball must pass to every player once. I never said that. Across any glass panes. I mean, this guy is in a little fortress of solitude. He truly cannot go anywhere. This one as well. So he can go there. Can he go anywhere else? No. So these two are the ones that we're locked into, and they don't connect to each other. And same with this one. I don't understand how to connect this to anybody but this one. Get out of there. So one of these needs to be connected to two people. I don't know how to make that happen. Unless we can Pac-Man it or something. Sekiro, I've watched people play as well and speedrun it. I think it's beautiful. It just seems punishing. If y'all see something I don't, let me know. Are we gonna do a bounce pass or something here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was also something that kind of, I think I would have enjoyed a lot more when I was younger again, but when a game doesn't explain important things, and I understand there's like a great feeling of solving mysteries and figuring things out, and I'm not crapping on that at all. I just personally want to jump in and get going. Okay, so that works. So these two have to be the end. Oh, did we just do it right here? We did. Look away for a second. And, you know, there are some incredibly memorable moments for those games. I don't remember which one it is. But when you're on that bridge and that huge dragon comes out, I just remember thinking, never seeing that in a game before ever, and really being impressed by how powerful it felt and how scary. Cool. Yeah, that's an incredible moment. And I also definitely understand and appreciate the thrill of overcoming a difficult boss. I'm pretty sure it was in the first one. Well, all right, puzzle agents. Feels strange to wrap this one up so quickly after that 3-hour marathon we did last time, but I'm happy y'all are here. I'm happy you got to hang out on this beautiful Wednesday night. It's very humid where I'm at, but still had a great time with y'all. I love this game. It has its quirks, but I really enjoyed it. It's available on Steam. It's available on iOS. I mean, you'll know all the puzzles now, so who knows? But yeah, I'll look into Puzzle Agent 2, see if it's any good. If not, there are a lot of puzzle games. I really enjoy playing them. If y'all want to see more like this, I'd love to play it. Hey, thank you. But yeah, well, who knows? Well, stay tuned for next week. There are a couple things I want to try. I also can't quite announce it just yet, but we're still cooking up something that I hope to be able to let you know very soon. Stay tuned for an announcement on the Effin Rager social media. If you don't follow us already, check out Effin Rager, EFFINRAGER on Instagram and effinrager.com. The boys will be back on Monday. Well, actually, I don't know about the holiday weekend, but I'm sure they'll let you know on social media. Y'all have a great weekend this week. Yeah, enjoy your friends, and enjoy your family, or just enjoy your hobbies. Enjoy some water as well. Yeah, well, I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks again for joining, and I will see y'all next week. Oh, I don't have the button ready because my thing is all wonky. All right, I have control of my screen. Whoa, cool. I didn't realize you could see it on the stream. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks. Bye.